All right. So this work is based on Marshall Rosenberg's Nonviolent Communication. And for me, the definition that works for me the best right now is that NVC, which is short for Nonviolent Communication, is a way of focusing our attention in ways that facilitate compassionate giving and receiving. So that's what we're after. And part of our ability to give and receive compassion requires that we give compassion to ourselves. So much of what we're going to be doing today is directed inward to our own internal dialogue. So this is just a quick, caution. NVC is not therapy. So we're not offering clinical services here. We're just providing information and practices for nonviolent communication, self-connection. And today we're working with feelings of intensity 4 or less out of 10. So we're not doing, we're not inviting you to bring your, life-changing trauma or anything like that. So we're not working with stuff that's really intense today. We just want you to get an experience of the process. And again, everyone's responsible for your own emotional safety. So one of the things that I really enjoy about how I teach, I do actually enjoy it, is that I start with a little theory, then we have an experience together as a group, and then you get to reflect and generalize the learning. So our focus is basically a balance between theory and practice, and hopefully, you get to do the generalization on your own. And I love this picture of a little boy playing with Play-Doh. And so a lot of this is about bringing out that innocence of, I guess, what the Buddhists call beginner's mind. So inviting beginner's mind really helps. And don't expect that you're going to get these concepts, all of them, the first time around. So we get to go over and over again through different things in life, and eventually we get to absorb them. So today, I'm inviting you to try on 2 NVC concepts for transforming trigger bullets into bouquets. So we start with that bullet, and we're going to be looking at needs versus strategies and observations versus evaluations. So I want to highlight that this is really a simplified process that I've shortened to reduce time, and that we do have more powerful transformational processes that we go through in the 10-week series. So later on, you will have the opportunity to get extra credit for your breakout room group to involve basically embodiment. So we'll look at that a little bit later. So my suggested approach is that we spend the first couple hours having, really focused on the experiences and group processes. I'm asking you to be discerning and to limit your questions to understanding the process, and maybe a few questions for understanding the concepts. And I am dedicating the last 30 minutes to answering questions. So if you do have something that it may not be totally relevant to what it is that we're talking about, I invite you to write it down, and we'll take those at the end. Right, so here's just a snapshot of our agenda. We're going to start with needs and strategies. Then we're going to look at observations and evaluations. And then we go into the triggered expression. So you get a chance to bring your real life situation into a breakout room. We're going to look at what our story is that we made up about that triggered expression. We're going to be going into the observation of what happened, and then identify and connect with the needs that are behind. our triggered expression. So once we start with this section, triggered expression, you're going to pick one triggered event, and we're going to work with that throughout the rest of the workshop. So you'll get a prompt for that later. And then we'll end with questions. So that's the detail of where we're going. And I just want to call out, I see 3 hands are up. Wondering if those are actually questions for now, or are those left over from our agreements earlier? Okay, thank you.